Well, hello YouTube. It's another glorious day in the shop. A riveting we will go. A riveting we will go. So today is a rivet day. I think that I should call it probably a rivet week. We have, as you guys look at last week, or yesterday, not last week's, yesterday's video, we were able to get the front nose spars in. So ribs in. So those were all put in, riveted. We used our clamps that I built up special for that. I've got the piece. Actually, let's do this. Let's switch around and I'll show you where we're at, and then we'll just go from there. All right, there you go. So like I said, we got the nose spars, the nose ribs in, and got those riveted in. We've got, and then we put the front spar, or the nose ribs, front spar on top of that, got that attached. Got all of our nose spars, nose ribs attached to the front spar. So we got that done. Well, we don't have it attached yet, we got it clecoed. And then, as you guys can see, we now have to rivet everything together. So it's not going to be a riveting day. Something tells me it's going to be a riveting week. We've got a lot of riveting to do, but we are moving right along. And now this rivet pattern on this skin is, and I'll put that maybe right there, is, I don't want to say complex, but you have to pay attention because there's different, as you can see, there's different thicknesses of material. So we have this, and then now we get into this support here, which makes it a little bit thicker. I'll just kind of move my fat hand. So we have to pay attention to get the right thickness or the right length of rivet, not thickness, but like length. The other thing is that you have these tabs that have to go, so the rivet has to go through the tab, through the support, and then through the skin. So you just got to pay attention. This is not something that you want to rush. You have to make sure that you capture all of those. But yeah, it's going to be a long week because we have, I'd estimate, a couple hundred rivets at least on each side, maybe 100 on each side. So we got a lot. So I've got it back in the cradle. I'll see how that goes. I do like the cradle. I like my vices that I built here. Those are great for getting it mocked up. We'll see how the cradle, I do like, you can use a vise that I built and rotate it like you can in the cradle. You know, move it that way. You can do the same thing in there, but I'm gonna see about the cradle, and then you know, if it works, we'll just keep it there. If it doesn't, obviously we'll switch back out to the vise. So I really like those vices that we built up. I know it wasn't a lot of work, maybe an hour's worth of work to build them up. And trust me, they worked great. I loved them when I was doing the nose ribs here. They just work great. So, but we'll see. But like always, this plane is not going to build itself, so I got to get back to work, or I got to get to work today, and everything. And like I said, the first order of business is to read that page right there, so we can make sure that we get our riveting schedule down and we know what we're using as far as rivets go. Hey, YouTube, so I got this run done on one side. so a lot of riveting, we got them, you guys can see inside there. So everything's riveted this rivet line along, except for the spans that go up, because there's a special rivet that goes in there, or a different rivet I should say, that goes into there. So yeah, so everything is riveted, this line here. So tomorrow when I come in, or when I come in next, God willing, I'll finish this portion up here on this side. And then when I think I'm done, guess what? I flip it over and do the whole other side. so this one's a lot of riveting. This will, if you wanted to build, if you're thinking about building the quick build wings or the slow build wings, this is probably a good indication if you want that monotony. Switch back over to this, right? So yeah, if you're thinking about building, make sure I hit my seat here. I almost fell off this thing yesterday. If you're thinking about doing the quick build wings or the slow build wings, this horizontal stabilizer is a good test for, do you have what it takes? I ask you, do you have what it takes? No, yes we do. Yeah, you do. I'm sure you can do it. Quick build or slow build. But this is the monotony on this. It's just a lot of riveting, a lot of bucking. You'll just get in a groove. I found, now I will tell you guys this. I found, this is my tungsten bucking bar. See that angle? I found that if I use this angle, this works better than using the flat like this, because you buck it, it goes like this. For some reason, I think it's momentum, because this is lighter on this edge, so it gets more of a momentum, more swing. There's enough mass here, so I found that this works better bucking those inside rivets using this angle down like this and have it hit that way. That's just me. I mean, you guys might be different, but that's what I found. Seems like I didn't have any issues after that. I did have to cut out 4 rivets, and then I had to cut out 1 rivet twice. There's a point in which sometimes it gets tight and the rivet doesn't seat all the way in. And on my last videos, you guys will hear me, or videos prior, don't expect the rivet, the pneumatic gun to seat that rivet. That rivet should be seated before you even pull the trigger. Or it will sit proud. In other words, the rivet will sit higher because it will compress. And at that point, so when the rivet compresses, it squeezes out, and so it locks. That's why rivets are so strong. It's amazing. When I was putting this together at the beginning, I was like, how can these little itty bitty rivets be that strong? They're strong. There's no doubt about it. Try cutting one out. You'll see. So yeah, so I got the first run done on the front stab stabilizer, or spar, front spar of the horizontal stabilizer. There you go. So I got that done. Now, take your time. Don't rush. This is mind numbing. It's fun, but it's mind numbing. And what happens is that if you get ahead of yourself, get your pace, set your schedule, and stick to it. Right? If you get done, then clean up your shop. Yeah, clean up your shop. If you want to work around. But that, you've got to know your limits, right? When you overdo them, I'll tell you, when you overdo your limits and you make a mistake, you add about 3 times as much time as it would if you just did it right to begin with. So, but that's it. So yeah, so I got about another week or so before the end of the month, if I want to stay on schedule. And that's just, it's not look, when you guys develop a schedule, be flexible. Don't kill yourself over this. But that's the schedule I said. I want to get done with each major element each month. And I think I'll do that. I don't know. I'm not going to try, because you can't try anything. You either do or you don't. I hate that word try. I'll try. No, either you're going to do it or you're not. Try should be ejected from the vocabulary. So yeah, that's about it. I'm starting to ramble. I think probably like case of heat stroke. It's nice. It's beautiful here in Florida. This is what we live for. It's the fall, and it's a gorgeous 80 degrees. It's not in the 90s. It's in the high 80s and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna get home, spend some time with the family, with Miss Sandy. Got the grandson in town. Got him a nice little toy. I got a little, that's weird, looking at the skin there. Got a little wrinkle in the skin. Got him a nice little toy. Not a toy. It's his first BB gun. So I got him his BB gun. Maybe we'll set up the target in the backyard and shoot his BB gun and everything. So yeah, that's about it. And like always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment about the build, only about the build, and I'll try to get back to you guys. Talk about the build, the brackets. Those you only need 2. You can rivet. I know some of you guys are wondering. You can rivet in these slings if you build the slings, and without a problem. So you only really need 2. You only need 2 brackets and everything. So yeah. So just 2, and that will work out fine for you. So once again, take care, be well, be safe, do the right thing, and like always, may God bless you guys. Take care of yourselves.